I decided that I was just going to do the Q&A. I've had quite a few good questions. If anyone asks me anything at a later date up to next Wednesday, then I'll try and do a separate thing, but I thought why not do it now. My husband Bill is just sat over there. Say hello.
Hello.
And after this is done, I'm going to have this rainbow cupcake and drink this cup of tea. So, jolly times all round. Okay, first off, this is because I've got a book coming out. I should mention that, that's terrible. I've got a book coming out with Filthy Loot, and it's called The Vine That Ate the Starlet. I will put links down in the description, so follow those if you're interested. Jay Slayton Joslin said, if you had to eat one of your books, which would it be? And I would probably go with Fortune Box because it might have something nice to eat inside the box, but then again it might have some Alexa, then again it might have something terrible. She doesn't like being ignored. Jack CJ Stark said, sorry for getting serious with my question, and then left this really intense paragraph. So I'm going to read it. On 21st of October 2015 at 2:06 p.m, I made some sandwiches. I was just using up the last of the things in the fridge, as you do. I wasn't trying to make a culinary masterpiece or anything, but sometimes life has a way of throwing us a curveball. Get this, it was just white bread, utterly butterly, cucumber slices, and primula spread cheese. Just the regular one, not even the one with chives. To be fair, chives and cheese? No. All peasant food, right? But put them together and oh my god, the result became far greater than the sum of its parts. It was food of the gods. I had never tasted anything so sublime before, and nothing since has come close to reaching those standards. Maybe some nymphs blessed the food as I turned my back on it, or maybe there was a momentary split in reality where even the shittest of shit foods tasted like nectar, or maybe it was just what I needed in that moment. There was no way to ever know, and I'm okay with that. But I have tried to make them since, and unfortunately my sandwich making hands have not lived up to the hopes and dreams I put onto them. I often think about those sandwiches several times most days with fondness in my heart. I'll always remember where I was when I ate them. I was stood in the kitchen. Anyway, my question is, what were you doing at that time? Now, I will leave links to everyone who asked a question, so you can go and look at their Twitter or some such, and then maybe you can ask him some more sandwich related things. But as for what I was doing on the 21st of October 2015, I believe I was out for a light stroll, and that's probably not true. Okay, Prep For It says, did something happen that inspired this book, a personal experience, or was it from a dream? It's kind of this, I was reading it, a little bit of it to Bill, and he said it's kind of like the sum of all the things that I enjoy. Like I do enjoy a gossip channel on YouTube, and I am also very interested in leftist things, things like that, and also the 1920s. I'm very, very interested in like the culture and the art and stuff that was around. So it's kind of like an amalgamate, and also man-eating plants. You know, you got to have some man-eating plants. So I just kind of like made this mix of stuff that I enjoy. What would you call it, or what will it be sold under? Fiction, fantasy, romance? Well, Filthy Loot is, they do bizarro fiction, but they also do like just general cult weird stuff. So I'd kind of call it weird, I guess weird fiction. I write weird fiction, I suppose, in one form or another. Does it take place in an era of, it's the 1920s, I said. Is it difficult to write a character of the opposite sex? I don't think so. Like, I will do some research if, you know, necessary, but I think people are people, and, you know, you can do research obviously, but a human is a human, you know, if that makes sense. Be quiet, plane. What is your writing process? I.e., do you write by hand? No, always on the computer. Does writing bring you energy, or is it exhausting? I actually find it quite exhausting. I have like a writing party while I'm actually doing it, and drink Diet Coke and listen to music on my headphones. But when I've finished, I am quite exhausted. Is this book a standalone story, or will there be more books in the future that are all connected? I actually would like to continue the story. Not that particular story, but it's kind of a mystery crime-ish type thing. So I would like to do another one with the same characters. Any advice on writing bizarro fiction? And that's from Poppy Stardust. Yes. First off, what I'll do is join the Bizarro Discord, because everyone sort of hangs out on there and just talks about films and stuff and writing. So if you join the Bizarro Discord, that's a start. I'll put the link to that down in the description of this so you can. And also just read a lot of it, like start with the Bizarro Starter Kit, which is a load of short stories. It's an anthology, that kind of thing. So that's a good start. Yeah, just read a lot of it. Kind of figure out what counts, you know. And also Garrett Cook gave me good advice, which is put the Miles Davis album Bitches Brew on and zone out to it, and then just write and see what comes out, and your subconscious will probably reveal some strange things. So yeah, do that. Dane Reeds says, what's the weirdest dream you've ever had? Oh, do you know, I had this dream where okay, I don't want to say the weirdest dream that I have actually ever had, because it is really disturbing. I don't want to share it. I'll tell Bill, my husband. I might actually have already told you about that. But anyway, I woke up like terrified. But another dream I had is, I remember I was on a spaceship and the walls were covered in moss. It was just all mouldy. And then my nan was there, and she was also covered in mould, and she was cackling, and she was all like almost rotten, and she was like really belly laughing, and I was, oh god, I was terrified. Kevin Logan says, and this is weirdly related to the chive cheese comment, why do they keep putting bits in cheese? And my answer to that, Kevin, is because they can, and who are you to stop progress? Just deal with it, Kevin. Okay, and Jason's Weird Reads says, hi Madeleine, I have 2 questions. I hope that's okay. I was wondering, how often do you write? Do you do the write 1,000 words or more every day at the same time, or is it more chaotic? It is a lot more chaotic. I have chronic pain. I kind of do what I can when I can. Oh, so many planes. I do what I can when I can. And so yeah, no, I don't really sort of follow a strict thing. I do try to sort of do it Monday to Friday, but obviously that doesn't always work out. Also, what is it that draws you to weird literature amongst other things? And I just am fascinated by the weird and the way that you can tell a story that means something to society or to you, and do it with your subconscious. Like, think about the subconscious of things, like what's the, like almost a metaphor, I guess, but get into like if you're writing about a person but it's kind of like almost a dream about that person, like it just is not as linear and straightforward. I don't know, I'm fascinated by things like that, you know. Susie Snake, who is fun. She's got weird little characters on her channel. Says, will it be available in the UK? Also, is it possible to get a signed copy? Of course. Do you have a favourite poisonous plant? There is a plant called the corpse flower. I'm not 100% on whether it's poisonous or not, but I'm quite fascinated by the corpse flower because apparently it really stinks. I mean, it smells like a dead body. So just the idea of a flower, which is supposed to be a thing of beauty, just being this hideous, rotten thing. I love it. I don't know. So I'll contact you about signed copies. You know, I'll send you a message. Susan J. Wilkes says, what does your writing process look like? Yeah, as I said before, it's kind of like, it's fairly chaotic. Like, I try and keep it structured, but that doesn't always happen. Jason Dennis, or Dennis, I'm not sure. How many hats do you own? I... over the year, this is over the years. I didn't just go and buy this amount of hats in one go, so just please try and bear this in mind. I did count a while ago, and I think it might be about 7. And that's just hats, not the head coverings. So that's actual hats. I think is probably 7. I really like hats. So there. Daydream Generators says, who was your favourite character or creature to write in this story and why? Maybe you class creatures as characters, in which case you can just drop the creature part. Assuming there are creatures in this book, I will shut up now. Okay. My favourite character is Dolly's friend. He's kind of her only actual friend in it, and I've forgotten his name. I forget the names of my books, I forget the names of my stories, I forget the names of my characters. I can't. But anyway, I kind of based him partly on my friend Lo-Fi Guy Art, or Steve, or Weaven as I call him, you know, just generally. Like there's a bit where I talk about a dream that he had, and that was an actual dream, and just the way that he doesn't seem to fit on the planet with everybody else. He just sort of drifts through life and on his own little journey. Amy Vaughan says, when did you realise you were born in the wrong era? And I find it interesting to think about that, because yeah, I'm fascinated with the 20s. I kind of dress almost, you know, in that style, and I read a lot of 1920s books and watch silent films, but I live in a kind of alternate version of the 20s in my head, if that makes any sense. Like, I know I don't. I'm not like delusional or anything, but it's a magical 20s where everything is equal and there's no like none of the bad bits. So I'm happy to be living now where everything's getting better, but I do love the 20s. Luke Condor, who writes Bizarro, but he also is a game dev, so you should look at his channel and look at the games and that he's doing. Do you have a favourite Vine? And by Vine, I mean those little videos. And I think the one of everyone going, oh, you know, when someone says something to like roast somebody else, you know the one. I think that's probably my favourite one, because it can go with, if anyone says anything that kind of roasts the other person, it just fits. Or the guy who sings Why Are You Always Lying. Is that a Vine? I don't know. It's always in my head anyway. I've seen that one. There's Coops, KHOOPS. No, oh no, sorry, that's just talking about vines. Continuing the conversation of vines. Ron J. What is your top 10 list of the best zombie books or short stories of all time? I'm not really into zombie stuff. However, I have always loved a book that my stepdad got me when I was about 14 for Christmas. It was the first time we'd kind of Mum had just met him. He wanted to show that he was good, you know, going to be a good influence, and so he got me this book of The Giant Book of Zombies, and I treasure it. I still have it, so I guess that one, you know. Weaven, Lo-Fi Guy, says, do you write and see where it leads you, or do you break it all down into sections? I try to, well, I do like a plan. So I do write a plan out, and then I will write, I see where it takes me, but I do also try and stick to the plan, because otherwise it's going to end up kind of all over the place. Did I miss one? I feel like I might have missed one from a Joe S. Smitty, or a Joe C. Smitty. Or is that just talking about podcasts on the Discord? I think that might be it. And if I've missed you out, I am really sorry. Technology, like, it's not my thing. So now that is done, I'm going to stuff this and I'm going to drink my tea. So thanks very much. I enjoyed that, and goodbye.